So we are next discussing parallelogram law of vector addition. Because you know that in order to add two or three or more vectors, you need to know how many laws. I have already told you one of the law, that is one was triangle law. Then I am discussing another that is based upon two laws, two vectors only, that is parallelogram law, and the third one will be your polygon rule. So these are the, you can say, three laws that you should know in order to understand the vector concept, vector addition, I should say. So next is be the polygon rule. Okay, so these are the three laws or rules, whatever you say. So now I am discussing parallelogram law of vector addition, and not only I'll discuss parallelogram law, and this is a very important question also for your any exam purpose. That is, I will also discuss that this is a parallelogram law of vector addition, and I will do some mathematical calculation to find out the resultant of two vectors as well as the magnitude of the resultant as well as the direction of the. Okay, so here I go. So suppose, let me tell you, if two vectors, once again, can be represented both in magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Very interesting. By the two adjacent sides. Adjacent sides mean of a parallelogram means these are the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, right? So they are represented by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Okay, drawn from a common point. That is a very important thing. They are being drawn from this common point. Okay, drawn from a common point. Then their resultant is completely represented by both magnitude and direction by the diagonal of the parallelogram passing through that point. I will make you write. Don't worry, children. So over here, this is the, I wanted to tell you. Suppose if I consider this to be a parallelogram, say these are the two vectors which I was talking. So these are the two vectors. One is say vector P and the other is vector Q. You can consider these two as forces also, as if they are acting from the same point, acting on the same point. Okay. So if they are taken as to be the two adjacent arms of a parallelogram, taken, you can see, and passing through the same point. I mean, you can just have a conception like this, children. Like say, for example, if you have got a say body like this, and it is acted by say two forces. One of you or one of your friend is pulling in this direction, and the other friend is pulling in this direction. Then you can have a approach that in which direction the resultant force will be. So this is something like this we are trying to explain over there in this parallelogram law of vector addition. You can have the same conception over here. So then what did I tell you? That if it can be represented by the adjacent sides or arms of a parallelogram like this. So adjacent arms, if I complete the parallelogram like this, and if I join if I join this also, so this will complete the parallelogram. So their resultant then will be represented by the diagonal of this particular parallelogram. So their resultant will be represented by this type. So this is the parallelogram law of vector addition. I will make you write. So this is resultant. So I have considered two vectors. These are represented by, say, one of the vector is represented by OA and the other represented is supposed by OC. So then their resultant will be represented by the diagonal OB. Okay. So here R is called the resultant of the two vectors. Here R is called the resultant of P and Q. Very interesting. R is said to be P and Q. R is the resultant of P and Q. So what can I say? I can also say that R vector is equals to P vector plus Q vector, because I have already told you this is the approach of addition of two vectors. Resultant plus equals to P vector plus Q vector. And another interesting thing I like to tell you, children, if you just consider the basic concept of parallelogram, that opposite sides are equal and parallel. So I can obviously say that OC is equal to OB. So that means if I take this to be your Q vector, this to be P vector, I can easily say that this is actually your Q vector. And you go by the triangle law, which I explained just now. That means OA plus AB is giving you OB. So that is the resultant. Am I clear? So that is the resultant vector. So that means you go by the triangle law also, you will find the same logic that you are getting over here. Am I clear? So just note down the statement of parallelogram law of vector addition. Please everybody note it down. Write down. If two vectors, please write down, two vectors can be represented both in magnitude and direction, both in magnitude and direction by the two adjacent arms of a parallelogram, by the two adjacent arms of a parallelogram or adjacent sides of a parallelogram, same thing, adjacent arms of a parallelogram. So I have taken one of the vector as this vector P and the other vector I have taken as Q. By the two, if two vectors can be represented both in magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides or arms of a parallelogram, adjacent arms of a parallelogram, okay, drawn from the same point, drawn from the same point. Here the same point is O, isn't it? Drawn from the same point, drawn from the same point, then their resultant, then their resultant, then their resultant is completely represented, is completely represented both in magnitude and direction, both in magnitude and direction, both in magnitude and direction by the, both in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of the parallelogram, by the diagonal of the parallelogram drawn from the common point or drawn from that common point, drawn from that common point. So that means in this case OB is representing the diagonal. Am I clear to